a secret. I heard that Joey Freshwater is back. Old Lane Kiffin had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had some triggered jackasses, E-I-E-I-O. Let's talk about it. This is JPC. I am the OCF. That's right. And today, class, we're going to talk about how one is a master troll or a master trigger. That being Lane Kiffin. But before we get to all that and how Lane Kiffin has people wetting their diapers profusely once again, this is one place that I'd like to talk about. That's the place right here. This place is the home of the Common Joe and Common Sally, and no, even more so than all those media talking heads. That's right. Now, getting right to it. Old Lane Kiffin went to a prom and took a few pictures with some of the students there and blah, 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 and all that. And as you know, Lane has a history of not really proven, but there's some inklings there that, you know, Lane's a little bit promiscuous. As you know, he got a divorce and whatnot, and it was probably because of some of his activities with some of the young ladies on some of the campuses that he has worked at. No proof of that though, but it's pretty much a given. But this had nothing to do with that. But ever since Lane had been labeled as a promiscuous one, he used to have a nickname out here at the University of Alabama. He was Joey Freshwater. That was his alias that he used to go out and try to partake with all the females that were of age, of course. Because Lane, while he is promiscuous, probably, he is not a criminal or a pervert. And that's what I have a problem and an issue with all the time. It seems like people, especially those Bible thumpers out there, and don't get me wrong now, hey, I like religion, I like church. I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. I don't go to church all the time. I'm not the biggest Christian in the world, but, you know, I believe there's a God. But I also believe that some of these people just take it too far, man. They're too judgmental. They want to force their views on you. And that's what's turned off a lot of people from going to church sometimes, I believe. But all Lane did was take a few pictures with the prom. But in fine Lane fashion, he finds a way to make it something of a triggering point. Because in his tweet, it was Oxford High School where he was at. In his tweet, he tagged Oxford High School. What Lane didn't realize is that is not their Twitter handle. That is the Twitter handle of an all-female school in England. Theirs is something completely different. So Lane, not meaning to, or he might have meant to do it. You never know, though, Lane. Not meaning to, stirred the pot a little bit, because everybody's like, see, there goes Lane Kiffin again. There he goes, trying to be a pervert, and blah, blah, blah. No, Lane's not a pervert. He has his shortcomings, he has his sins, just like all the rest of us. Now, another thing that I really loved and enjoyed from Lane Kiffin this offseason is the fact that he threw out the first pitch with that golf ball that Tennessee threw at him at the Tennessee game. He throws that golf ball out, and they lose their mind again. And all I want to get to with Lane Kiffin is this, especially my Alabama fan base out there, because if Nick Saban ever retires, I would gladly have Lane Kiffin as our head coach. Now, granted, I wasn't real happy or impressed with some of his fourth down calls last year, going for it on fourth and forever. He'd be on fourth down at his own 5-yard line and go for it. I wasn't very impressed with that. But y'all need to back off of Lane, man. Stop judging him. Stop thinking that you're better than him. He's just in it, man. He's in it for the fun, man. He likes and enjoys to have fun, and he wants to enjoy his job. And what is wrong with that? What's wrong with that, man? You develop your sense of humor out there. Come on. Man, you gotta admit, man, that golf ball stuff was pretty funny. First of all, Tennessee should have never threw the damn golf ball at him. I saw him pick that damn golf ball up, and I was like, Lane's going to use that as a prop in his little Twitter war. You watch and see. Sure enough, he's used it in his Twitter war, and now he's using it to prod the Tennessee teams whenever they come to town. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's good-hearted and not villainous or trying to really hurt anybody, what's wrong with having a little comedy? Now, I know he shouldn't be going around flaunting and, partaking with all the females on the campuses and whatnot, but he's really not breaking any laws. He's just, picking at some other people's moral laws. So the man's a genius coach as an offensive coach, and his defenses have actually started looking a lot better as well. As you know, his dad was the defensive coordinator, Lane Kiffin. So I think Lane is the complete package in a way. And when he gets a little more serious about it, he could be looking at maybe the next great coach. Maybe not Nick Saban kind of coach, but at least Kirby Smart type. He may not be able to do it at Ole Miss, but when another big job comes calling, like in Alabama, and if he takes it, or they take the chance on hiring Lane Kiffin, I think Lane Kiffin with a big time program, and hell, he might even do it at Ole Miss. Don't doubt him. But with a big blue blood program, I think Lane could be a great hire for somebody someday at one of these blue blood programs if they're willing to let go of their hypocritical elitism. And that's all I got to say about that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams.